You're listening to The Sports Moment. February 15th, 2024. Part of the Sports Moments and Memories with Craig Olson podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a sports moment. Sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
When it comes to the postseason, the Lady Spartans are in. The Spartan men, well, that's a different story. Well, last night the Lady Spartans didn't play because Ridgewater Community College in Wilmer did not field a women's team this year. So the Lady Spartans filled that gap with a non-conference game on Tuesday against Trinity Bible College, while the men went to Wilmer last night. And the men knew they needed a win badly if they wanted to keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, there are still slim hopes after last night, but the loss that they suffered at Ridgewater, 99-84, on a night when Kamani Steckler really had a good night, 24 points, 14 rebounds, made 10 out of 17 shots. But that loss really puts the Spartans in a tough spot. For them to get into the region playoffs, they need to win their last two games, and that includes Saturday's home game against Rochester and next Wednesday's road game at St. Cloud. Now, that's the first step. They need to take care of business, do what they can control, and that is win those two games. Then they need Anoka Ramsey and Ridgewater to both lose their final two games of the season. That's their only path to a postseason spot. Now, the Lady Spartans are in because they are in a situation where they were battling for that fourth spot, and St. Cloud got beat last night, so that assures M State of a berth in the ladies' region tournament in the first part of March. So congratulations to Jody Holloman and her Lady Spartans on accomplishing that fact, reaching the playoffs. So the Lady Spartans have one more home game, MCAC Southern Division home game, and that is Saturday at 1 o'clock against Rochester. And the men will play at 3, and we look forward to seeing their final home games of the season. Your last opportunity to see both teams at home as well is Saturday at M State. Well, yesterday was the first day of the state Nordic Ski Competition, and it was a long day, but an exciting day and a great day for David Ronovic. The senior member of the Otter Nordic Ski Team continued his dominant season. He placed 10th overall yesterday in the pursuit race, and that earned him all-state honors. So congratulations to David on an outstanding accomplishment and a tremendous season. He and Jackson Lisney, Micah Mosier, Logan Bradenberg, and Noah Schlosser competed in the boys' pursuit race. They were in a 5K classic race in the morning, and then they were in a 5K skate race in the afternoon. And when it was all said and done, the Otters, who were competing as a team at this state meet after finishing as runners-up in the section meet last week, found themselves in 14th place. So they've got a great chance to finish high in the state competition here, as high as the top 10 perhaps, depending on how the sprint relay race goes today. Jaden Miller and Tommy Erickson will be racing in that classic sprint relay at Giants Ridge at Biwabik today. Also, Alexis Wellman competed individually in the pursuit race on the girls' side yesterday, and Alexis was 53rd out of 112 skiers in the state competition. And Josh Scharnberg was very pleased with the way Alexis raced to finish in the top half of the skiers who qualified for the state meet is pretty impressive. But on a larger level, Josh said, remember, Alexis was 53rd out of thousands of Nordic skiers across the state, most of them who didn't make it to the state meet. So Josh said, and we quote, overall, today's race was another demonstration of Alexis's commitment to her sport and stands as a testament to her hard work, skill, and love for Nordic skiing. So congratulations to Alexis Wellman on qualifying for state and finishing in the top half of the skiers at that state meet. Today is the final day of the Nordic Ski Competition, and we'll, of course, keep you posted on how things go in that sprint relay race when we talk again tomorrow. Well, one of our sponsors is Lake Area Docks and Lifts, and of course, Donovan and Renee Rasmussen are outstanding supporters of youth in everything that they're doing, whether it's sports or any kind of community activity or school activity. And they're excited for what should be an early spring and summer and a fun-filled summer on the water. They're ready to help you out from their 5 convenient locations across the lakes area. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Pemberton Law Firm has 4 spots across our region where they can serve you, and they include offices in Fergus Falls, Wadena, Detroit Lakes, and Alexandria. And Pemberton Law carries a legacy of trustworthy and reputable legal representation which dates back to 1883. And you can obviously visit them anytime online at pemlaw.com. That's pemlaw.com. The Minnesota Wild are trying to inch their way up the standings in the Western Conference and in the Central Division of the National Hockey League, and they're doing what they need to do. They've won 4 in a row, 7 of their last 9, after their 3-1 win in Arizona last night. Joel Eriksson-Ek and Matt Boldy each had a goal and an assist. Marc-Andre Fleury stopped 25 shots. Jonas Brodin also scored for the Wild. And Kirill Kaprizov had an assist. And the Wild's top line of Eriksson-Ek, Boldy, and Kaprizov now have 7 goals and 10 assists in the last 3 games. So they now have 55 points. They're 1 point behind Nashville and 3 points behind St. Louis in the Central Division standings, and they are just outside the top 8 in the Western Conference. It's the top 8 in each conference that make the playoffs. So the Wild are doing what they need to do. Now they need to keep doing it. Tomorrow night is their next chance. They come home to host Buffalo. Actually, that's on Saturday night at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. And the Timberwolves, well, they're playing well. This 5-game road trip has been good for them. They've won 3 in a row, and they are 9.5-point favorites in the game tonight at Portland. They beat Portland 121-109 on Tuesday night and are favored to beat them again this evening. That is a 9 o'clock tip-off out west this evening for the Timberwolves and the Portland Trailblazers. As for the Minnesota Gophers, the men's basketball team really suffering that 20-point lead, losing that 20-point lead and suffering a 90-85 loss to Iowa in their game on Tuesday night has had a bad effect on the Minnesota players. They, as Coach Ben Johnson said, they can't feel sorry for themselves for long because we've got to play number 2 Purdue, and that's tonight at Mackey Arena in West Lafayette, Indiana. And Purdue is 22-2 overall, 11-2 in the Big Ten, and ranked number 2. The Gophers are 15-8. They are 6-6 in the Big Ten. And now the question is, will Dawson Garcia be available tonight? Not sure. He was hurt in the game against Iowa, and we'll see if he can go. If he can't play, then Pharrell Payne will be the Gophers' primary defender, the 6'9 center, with 6'11 backup Jack Wilson most likely playing more minutes than he is accustomed to. So that'll be a tough assignment against Purdue tonight. And the Minnesota Twins say that their bullpen is going to be one of their strengths moving into the season. In fact, MLB.com ranks the Twins bullpen as the best in the American League and the second best in all of baseball, behind only the Philadelphia Phillies. So that's good. The projections are very good for this group with the closer Johan Duran alongside Griffin Jacks and Brock Stewart and Caleb Thielbar. Those are all top names in the bullpen who are back. They've also acquired right-hander Justin Topa in a trade with Seattle, right-hander Jay Jackson and right-hander Josh Staumont, who were signed as free agents, and left-hander Stephen Okert came over in a trade with Miami. So again, high expectations. MLB.com saying Twins have the best bullpen in the American League and the second best bullpen behind Philadelphia in all of Major League Baseball. Well, it's one thing to say that and project that, and then we'll see what happens on the field, but there's reason to be optimistic for Twins fans with that kind of talk going out there around the Major League Baseball circles. Bullpen's really important, a lot more important than it used to be, for sure. Well, thanks for joining us for the podcast today. We'll have a lot of local stuff to review for you tomorrow after a busy Thursday night, so be sure to come back and tell your friends to join us on Sports Moments and Memories with Craig Olson.
You've been listening to The Sports Moment with Craig Olson, sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts. Produced by Sunroom Lab. Music by Blue Red Roses. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and thanks for listening.